I'm Jenn Weatherhead, a travel journalist and a travel enthusiast.
Right now, I'm in the Everglades.
I've taken my passion for travel and turned it into my job.
Cholesterol and diabetes, that thing has both right there.
I'm saying this, so where do I sign up?
And I want to bring you along with me while I find the next destination you should add to your travel list. From lesser-known destinations to revitalized cities and up-and-coming neighborhoods in familiar places, this is Next Destination.
Hi, I'm Jenn Weatherhead, and I'm going to be taking you on some incredible journeys around the world. Today, I'm in Lucerne, Switzerland, a city that has a rich history, even some really out-of-this-world viewpoints, and a sustainable farm. These are just a few reasons why you're going to want to make Lucerne, Switzerland your next destination.
There's something about Switzerland in the summer that is just perfection. And the lake city of Lucerne embodies that fully. Locals here live for time spent outdoors, whether it's on the lake, hiking mountains, or dining on locally sourced food in the sunshine. It's a small enough city that you'll be okay with being lost, but big enough to give you all of those bustling European summer vibes. If you're a first-timer to any city, I always recommend doing a walking tour. It gives you some bearings, you learn about the history, and you can make note of where to revisit on your own time. Lucky for me, Christine took me on a walk around Lucerne, through the old part of the city, highlighting architecture, cool nooks, alleys, and spots where women played a major part in this city's history.
You see that they have different rooms.
Yeah.
And the one way down here, this pink one, is just above water level. And you see that there is no window. The height of the room here is about 18 feet, and the thickness of the wall about 12 feet. And the only opening is a round hole here in the ceiling. So to get in or come out again, you had to sit on a rope that would let you down or pull you up again.
No.
This was a prison. So no way of escaping
So they would
from
pull
that.
the rope out,
Yes,
and then that
exactly.
meant you were stuck in there.
Exactly.
Oh, that's awful.
So, well, now there's no torture anymore up here. But when you look at the tower, you see that there's wood around it on top. This wood wasn't closed entirely at that time, which means, of course, as well, that you could hear those screams of the tortured people all around. But that was meant to be so. It said,
Don't do
"Dear
these
people,
things.
watch out, be careful, else you'll be the next ones to end up there." Even though this wasn't always a guarantee to not end in. Well, since about 130 years, there's inhabitants in here. These little guys.
Oh, no.
That's the Alpenswift. Here they're flying around. Can you see them?
Yeah.
With the white belly.
Oh, that's
This is a quite special bird. He needs his nest up there because he needs about 30 feet to let himself drop to be able to fly away. And they put some GPS on some of the birds, and that's why they know these details. And they migrate to Africa at the end of September and come back again at the end of April, something around there.
That's a better story than the prison.
You see the holes? That's where they go in.
Wow.
And this bigger hole here on this side, in the wood, that was the toilet.
I'm so glad I lived during these times.
So we will just stop here on the stairs on this side, so we can see here this first painting. Yeah, this is not a facade painting, it's a painting of a different kind. Those paintings have been added to the bridge in the 17th century, so about 300 years after that the bridge has been built. And they show the history of Lucerne and the Confederation, and their message is, as a good inhabitant of the city, you're Catholic and you're a mercenary. Why is this? It's because it was time of Reformation. And the leading person in Reformation here for the Swiss-German part of Switzerland was Zwingli from Zurich. And he, among other things, said, we're gonna prohibit mercenary services because he couldn't understand that rich men would collect other men, sell them to foreign armies. They're gonna go into fight, lose their lives, not for their own hometown.
Go from the lap of luxury to lands untouched by time, where ancient civilizations once thrived, where their spirit still lives on today, and where you can leave everything else behind and grab life. Plan your trip today.
Here in Chicago, our style is everything. It's making moves, making waves, and making no little plans. From lounging on the shoreline to laughing at the punchline, our style is igniting the senses and igniting the night sky. It's preserving the past and embracing innovation. Our style was built to be bold, built to be better. But don't just take our word for it. Chicago has been voted best big city in the U.S. for 8 years in a row. Now that's Chicago style.
So I'm going on a ski trip and need a car with snow tires. I hit the search bar, find a rental, and think this should be easy. But with rental companies, it's never that simple.
Sorry, we don't have snow tires. Do all-season tires work instead?
Sure, if I'm looking to get stuck. Thanks for nothing. You know what? Let me try Turo instead. Turo lets you rent exactly what you need, and I'm done with the guessing games. Download Turo and browse thousands of winter-ready options available to rent. From all-wheel drives to snow tires, heated seats, roof racks, and more. Find exactly what you need on Turo.
When I say the Swiss like to be outside, that's an understatement. They live to be outside, and the summer months provide some of the best outdoor moments. Hopping on a boat to leisurely tour Lake Lucerne is a must, but taking that boat to explore Mount Pilatus is an even better idea. You get a mix of lake and mountain time. It seems like the perfect day to me. Mount Pilatus is an incredible lookout point, giving you views over the city and all of the surrounding lakes. You can do a full day of hiking to the top if you're adventurous, or you can take the world's steepest cogwheel train and a gondola up to the top for the views in the clouds and a perfect lunch break. Two things you'll never be short of in Switzerland are mountains and epic views. But what if you had the chance to spend the night at the very top of one of those mountains? In nearby Engelberg, you can feel like you're at the top of the world, literally, by sleeping in the Aurora hut on Mount Titlis. After a train ride and some gondola rides, you reach the peak in time to catch the sunset with a champagne and charcuterie board picnic. Now, staying here requires a bit of extra planning. This hut sold out for its first season within 2 weeks. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience and one that truly took my breath away. To see that sunset over those mountain peaks, it really puts the beauty and fragility of the Alps into perspective.
With Wise, Tina can spend and send money in other currencies. Tina's gone international.
Moving all around, money head there, everywhere, man, I like a sound. Ding, 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 international. Moving all around, money head there, everywhere, man, I like a sound.
Wise, the app for doing things in other currencies.
Ding, ding.
If you think there's just one Miami, think again. You might discover her Miami, a fitnesscape full of kicking, swinging, and steaming. There's the Artventurous Miami that combines vibrant art and one-of-a-kind outdoor adventures. And get your appetite ready for a Miami that's deluxious, equal parts delicious and luxurious. There's a Miami perfect for you, waiting to be discovered. The only question is, what Miami will you choose?
Here, everyone saves adulting for another time. 3-course meals end with chocolate piñatas, and conference rooms are traded for water slides. Fireworks paint the sky every night, and happy hour can happen at any hour. Here, anything is possible, as long as you can imagine it. And that's what makes Orlando unbelievably real.
Christoph from Mount Titlis helped me understand the complex environmental issues the mountains, the glaciers, and the locals are all facing due to global warming.
Well, my name is Christoph Bissek. I'm 63 years old and I've been living up here just about half of my life, 32 years. And the glacier is a good companion to me. And as you can see, he's suffering badly.
Yeah.
And I'm suffering with him.
You're suffering with him.
Because I've been 30 years with him. It's only a short time in life, of course, but what really considers me the speed it takes up, how fast it sort of goes back.
If it's a short time for us in our life, imagine how short it is in the life of this glacier. I mean, it's pretty incredible what we're seeing up here, and I think you might be mistaken. I mean, my first reaction, and maybe a lot of people's first reaction, is that they see it and it does seem to be really big and massive, but it's actually not, right?
Now, that's why I see it how it looked like 30 years ago. Well, I've seen pictures that looked like 50 years ago, and it was a different world again. But that's a sad story altogether.
So tell me what we see here, though, because we're trying our best, you're trying your best to preserve it in the best way that you can right now, right? So what are we seeing here?
Well, we started up, first we have to notice that really something happened. When I started here, all the snow in the winter, which was in our way, we sort of pushed over the rock. Just to clear the T-bars and clear the stations or whatever, everything. And suddenly we realized something happens here. We can't push the snow over the sides. If you have to use it in summer, the snow doesn't last as long anymore. We can't sort of build up any more snow. And we have to think about it to sort of covering the snow with some material. And we've been looking around, and it's quite a task sort of to put them on and sort of hold them there too, so because the winds could sort of blow them away. But those blankets, I call them glacier nappies, and they're helping us quite a lot. As long as that stuff is white, it's an excellent reflection, And with new glacier nappies, we'll be able to hold back about 80% of the previous winter snow. That means, in fact, we could sort of build up, but only in a very, very small area. And we know that we can't win. The glacier will be gone in about 30, 35 years, because we sort of can see that. We did also some measurements, how long it takes. And the thing we're just covering all our main interests for tourists. That's the ice cave underneath it, and sort of the walkway. So those people which haven't seen snow before, they'll still be able in 30 years' time. Hopefully, they'll still be able to touch some snow just in front outside the station here. And that's the goal we're having by covering that snow. And yeah, I hope it's going to work out.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so too. Like, what would you say tourists can do when they're coming here and they get to see this? What would you suggest to someone who wants to come and see Switzerland and beautiful things like this in the world, but how can they make sure that they're not being destructive at the same time?
Yeah, that's a very difficult question. Because our market, for the summer tourism anyway, in the winter, the skiing will still carry on, you know, from October till May we do skiing. We do also have some tourists from Far East, but mainly in the summer up here, there's mainly Indian people, Chinese people, Indonesian people. Meanwhile, also American people, but it's a bit of shame they don't really see the fast retreating, the whole thing. It would sort of give them a different picture. But it's a little bit our fault because we've been calling it very loud to the east, to the west. Come over here, Switzerland is so beautiful with those everlasting ice, and now we find out it doesn't happen anymore. And I just can say, well, we should work on our technology that we be able to keep our living style as good as possible, but we do also have to learn to sort of stay back a little bit. Maybe travel only once a year with an airplane and ride a biker ride instead driving the car for 1,000 meters or whatever. And there'd be a lot done with all those 7 billion of people having that kind of living style with this resources we're using up now. That'll be a big step. Measure our footprints. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Think about it, reflect yourself what you do, and then we win a little bit.
What would we call this? It's a hut.
It's Aurora hut.
The Aurora hut.
Called Aurora hut. It's like a space hut up here, and that's a product coming up from Finland. It actually swims on the water. You could put it on a lake, but that's pretty unique to get them up here.
This view is included, which I think is probably priceless. I don't know that you can put a price on that, really.
Unfortunately, we can't measure it.
No. No, it seems incredible. I mean, like a once-in-a-lifetime experience for a lot of people, like to come and stay and be here and watch the sunset and then see the sunrise over this incredible view. I mean, yeah, I can't imagine doing this and then not remembering it for the rest of your days.
Yeah, it's sort of, you're up here through the day, there's hundreds and hundreds of people up here, and by 5 o'clock the mountain is empty, and it's just those two people up here. There's a safety guy here, but those two people are here for themselves for the whole mountain, with mostly the beautiful sunset and sunrise. And it's unique. All those people which have been here, they've been all the time. That's it. It's incredible. It's like you said, it's a lifetime experience.
So I'm going on a ski trip and need a car with snow tires. I hit the search bar, find a rental, and think this should be easy. But with rental companies, it's never that simple.
Sorry, we don't have snow tires. Do all-season tires work instead?
Sure, if I'm looking to get stuck. Thanks for nothing. You know what? Let me try Turo instead. Turo lets you rent exactly what you need, and I'm done with the guessing games. Download Turo and browse thousands of winter-ready options available to rent. From all-wheel drives to snow tires, heated seats, roof racks, and more. Find exactly what you need on Turo.
With Wise, Tina can spend and send money in other currencies. Tina's gone
international. Moving all around, money head there, everywhere, man, I like a sound. Ding, 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 ding. International. Moving all around, money head there, everywhere, man, I like that sound.
Wise, the app for doing things in other currencies.
Ding, ding.
If you think there's just one Miami, think again. You might discover her Miami, a fitnesscape full of kicking, swinging, and steaming. There's the Artventurous Miami that combines vibrant art and one-of-a-kind outdoor adventures. And get your appetite ready for a Miami that's deluxious, equal parts delicious and luxurious. There's a Miami perfect for you, waiting to be discovered. The only question is, what Miami will you choose?
Back in the city of Lucerne, one woman is getting back to the roots of Swiss living while maintaining a sustainable farm within city limits. Pia took over the Hintermusig farm several years ago. Land has been cultivated behind the music wall for almost 400 years. It sits just outside the old city walls, and Pia's goal was to bring the farm back to its natural and sustainable way of running. They've even managed to not only bring back some of the old foods, but even more wildlife to the area. This farm is a gem of a spot to visit. It's so nice knowing that you're supporting a local sustainable business, because we all know travel is innately really tough on the environment. So any chance that we get to support something local and sustainable is a great way to help reduce that impact that you have from visiting a new destination. And a bonus, you also get to hang out with some of these cute animals.
My name is Pia Fassbind. I am the co-manager of this farm here. When I say farm, it's not really the right expression, because it's much more than a farm. My husband and me took this farm over in the year of 2000. It has a very interesting history, the farm. It's about the 400-year-old history.
400 years?
Yes,
wow.
Yes. And in the earlier days it has several owners. But a very important era began in the middle of the 19th century. The Hotel Schweizerhof, bought the farm to produce here flowers, vegetables and meat. And over there they had the greenhouses for the flowers. And after the Second World War, the tourism broke down, so the hotel had to sell the farm again. And in those days the city of Lucerne bought the farm, and since then it's in possession of the city of Lucerne, and it's landed by the city. Again, an important step for the farm was the building of this sports ground. Then the farm shrank to this size we have nowadays. It's only about 2.5 hectares.
So it used to be all of this, though.
Yeah. In earlier days, this all belongs to the farm, but nowadays we only have one meadow over there and a very big one over there we will see later on. In earlier days it was outside the town wall. You must imagine it was nothing over here,
right.
Only in the town it was the center of the city, and here it was all green. And nowadays we are really in the middle of the town, which makes it so special here.
Yeah.
People are so amazed when they come here in the Schirmerturm. You can cross, and they come here, and you even feel it's like another climate behind the wall, and
yeah.
you don't even hear something from the city. Because
you hear
we have
chickens.
Yeah, the chickens. Yes, we have chickens, we have the goats here, mini pigs, and a little bit further on I can also show you our alpacas and highland cattle.
You're doing it the way it was originally intended,
yeah.
Right? Which is pretty amazing.
We really look for biodiversity here, and that's our big aim here. We want to live here in harmony with nature, and that's sometimes not so easy in the middle of a town.
Yeah.
But we also try to let people share with us. Here you can observe all the animals.
We have some
the
chickens.
Tiny animals. These are the Appenzell chickens.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rooster here.
So I saw that you have eggs in the market.
Yeah.
Are they the eggs that are
Yeah.
from here? Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have enough because we only have 8 chickens.
Mm-hmm.
But the white ones we will see in the farm shop are from our chickens.
Go from the lap of luxury to lands untouched by time, where ancient civilizations once thrived, where their spirit still lives on today, and where you can leave everything else behind and grab life. Plan your trip today.
Here in Chicago, our style is everything. It's making moves, making waves, and making no little plans. From lounging on the shoreline to laughing at the punchline, our style is igniting the senses and igniting the night sky. It's preserving the past and embracing innovation. Our style was built to be bold, built to be better. But don't just take our word for it. Chicago has been voted best big city in the U.S. for 8 years in a row. Now that's Chicago style.
So I'm going on a ski trip and need a car with snow tires. I hit the search bar, find a rental, and think this should be easy. But with rental companies, it's never that simple.
Sorry, we don't have snow tires. Do all-season tires work instead?
Sure, if I'm looking to get stuck. Thanks for nothing. You know what? Let me try Turo instead. Turo lets you rent exactly what you need, and I'm done with the guessing games. Download Turo and browse thousands of winter-ready options available to rent. From all-wheel drives to snow tires, heated seats, roof racks, and more. Find exactly what you need on Turo.
If I had to pinpoint one of the easiest cities in Europe to visit, for size, ease of getting around, and having something for everyone, it would have to be Lucerne. You can push your adrenaline with adventure or breathtaking sunset views on the edge of a mountain. You can eat so well and feel good about the impact you're leaving on the city. You can wake up to the most beautiful views from hotel balconies. And you can dive deep into Swiss history and culture. All of these are reasons why Lucerne should be your next destination.